Get ready for the action, because we are diving straight into the biggest moves, shaking up the market right now. Fourth Dimension Wealth LLC just made a massive move, increasing its holdings in Netflix, Inc. by an incredible 913.8% in the fourth quarter. We break down exactly how this institutional investor reshaped their portfolio and what this huge shift means for the streaming giant. Stick with us, because the story behind this massive investment is far from over.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we look at the exciting content deals happening behind the scenes. Netflix has just made a major strategic acquisition by buying Diego Luna's film Ashes for Spanish-speaking territories, including Latin America, Spain, and Portugal. This move signals a huge push into international markets, and we explore what this acquisition means for Netflix's global streaming strategy and what fans can expect to see on the platform soon. Now, let's talk about the massive institutional buying spree. Blackhawk Capital Partners LLC significantly boosted its stake in Netflix, Inc. by an astonishing 1,544% in the fourth quarter. We examine the scale of this investment and compare it to the huge gains seen by giants like Vanguard Group Inc. and Bailey Gifford and Co. to see who is fueling this massive growth in Netflix stock. And finally, we wrap up with the insider activity and analyst predictions. We look at the recent sales by CEO Theodore A. Sarandos and Director Reed Hastings, alongside the latest ratings from firms like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, to give you the full picture. Don't miss this analysis, because we're bringing you the fastest, most unbiased coverage on Netflix and the stock market every single day. Stay tuned. Hedge funds and institutional investors are showing significant activity in Netflix, Inc. stock, with major movements noted in recent filings. Fourth Dimension Wealth LLC dramatically increased its stake in Netflix during the fourth quarter, boosting its holdings by 913.8%, resulting in a portfolio value of $1,826,000 based on its latest SEC filing. Other major players have also adjusted their positions. Brighton Jones LLC increased its holdings by 5%, while Revolve Wealth Partners LLC saw a 16.4% boost. Civia Capital Partners LLC increased its stake by 21.2% in the second quarter, and Strategic Investment Advisors MI increased its position by 18.9%. Schneider's Capital Management LLC also increased its holdings by 12.1% in the second quarter. Collectively, hedge funds and institutional investors currently control 80.93% of Netflix's stock. In insider trading news, key executives have executed sales. CEO Theodore A. Sarandos sold 27,312 shares on May 5th, totaling $2,402,636.64, which represented an 8.75% decrease in his direct ownership. Additionally, Director Reed Hastings sold 407,550 shares on May 1st under a prearranged trading plan, leading to a 99.04% decrease in his ownership of the stock. Over the last 90 days, insiders have sold a total of 1,422,769 shares, worth $135,144,073, representing 1.37% of the current stock ownership by insiders. Regarding the company's performance, Netflix recently reported strong quarterly earnings, posting $1.23 earnings per share, surpassing analyst estimates of 76 cents by 47 cents. Revenue reached $12.25 billion, marking a 16.2% year-over-year increase, with a net margin of 28.52% and a return on equity of 40.92%. The company has set its Q2 2026 guidance at 0.780 EPS, and analysts project $3.06 EPS for the current fiscal year. Equities research sentiment remains varied. Goldman Sachs upgraded Netflix from a neutral to a buy rating on April 13th, while MoffettNathanson raised its price target to $120 and maintained a buy rating. Other analysts have set price objectives ranging from $120 to $150. Channel YouTube currently assigns Netflix a moderate buy consensus rating with an average price target of $114.82. Trading data for Netflix, NASDAQ, and FLX showed the stock opening at $85.45 on Tuesday. Key valuation metrics include a market capitalization of $359.81 billion, a price-to-earnings ratio of 27.6, and a beta of 1.55. The stock has traded within a 12-month range of $75.01 to $134.12. Netflix has secured the streaming rights for Diego Luna's film Ashes in Spanish-speaking territories, including Latin America, Spain, and Portugal, ahead of its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. The acquisition paves the way for the film to be streamed in these regions in 2027, following its theatrical run. Adapted from the novel, Ceniza en la Boca, Ashes tells the story of Lucila, a young woman who travels from Mexico to Madrid with her younger brother to reunite with their mother after she emigrated years prior in pursuit of a better life. Upon arrival in Spain, Lucila faces a difficult and overwhelming reality that differs significantly from her expectations, though she remains resolute in forging a future for herself and her brother. The film features an ensemble cast including Luisa Huertas, Guillermo Rios, Sergio Bautista, Benny Emanuel, Teresa Lozano, and Adriana Jacome, alongside Diaz and Paz. Diego Luna has described the film as the result of a creative journey of independence and great freedom. The creative team behind Ashes includes writers Abia Castillo, Diego Rabasa, and Luna, Damian Garcia as director of photography, Hania Robaldo Richards and Asir Musitu as art directors, editor Sophie Escude, costume designer Gabriela Fernandez, casting directors Luis Rosales and Mayria Juarez, sound designer Miguel Hernandez Montero, and composer Raquel Garcia Damas. The production is handled by La Corriente del Golfo, Animal de Luz Films, Enisha Films, and Perro Azul, with Inna Payan, Valerie Delpierre, Luis Salinas, Diego Rabasa, and Luna serving as producers. Luna has established an international career spanning acting, directing, and producing across film, television, and theater. His directorial debut was the documentary J.C. Chavez, which premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival in 2007. His first narrative feature, Abel, was selected for the official competition at Cannes in 2010 and won the Horizontes Latinos Prize at the San Sebastián International Film Festival. Luna has also directed Cesar Chavez, which premiered at SXSW and screened at the Berlin International Film Festival, and Mr. Pig, which premiered at Sundance and won at the Dallas International Film Festival. Netflix shares are seeing significant institutional interest, with major investors substantially increasing their stakes in the streaming giant. Blackhawk Capital Partners LLC dramatically boosted its position in Netflix stock by 1,544% in the fourth quarter, acquiring an additional 48,481 shares, bringing their total holding to 51,621 shares. This places Netflix as the 16th largest holding in Blackhawk Capital Partners LLC's portfolio, with the holding valued at $4.84 million at the end of the reporting period. Other major players have also made significant moves. Vanguard Group Inc. grew its holdings by 912.5% in the last quarter, accumulating 351,493,659 shares, resulting in a massive stake valued at $36.57 billion. Bailey Gifford & Co. followed suit, increasing its stake by 912.3% and acquiring 33,290,988 shares, valuing their position at $3.46 billion. Jennison Associates LLC also saw substantial growth, increasing its holdings by 639.9%. In terms of overall ownership, institutional investors and hedge funds collectively control 80.93% of Netflix's stock. The significant buying activity underscores continued confidence in the company's streaming platform. Meanwhile, insider activity has seen some selling. Insider David A. Hyman sold 5,722 shares on May 5th, valued at $503,993.76, to cover tax withholding obligations. CEO Theodore A. Sarandos also sold 27,312 shares on the same day, totaling $2.4 million, to cover tax withholding obligations. Analyst sentiment remains mixed but generally positive. CITIC Securities upgraded its price target from $95 to $107 and maintained a hold rating. Erste Group Bank downgraded its rating from buy to hold. Seaport Research Partners raised its target price to $119 and maintained a buy rating. Overall, stock consensus from various analysts leans toward a moderate buy, with a consensus price target of $114.82. Financially, Netflix reported strong results for the last quarter, posting earnings per share of $1.23, surpassing the consensus estimate of 76 cents. Revenue reached $12.25 billion, marking a 16.2% year-over-year increase. The company has set its Q2 2026 guidance at 0.780 EPS. Netflix, a global entertainment company known for its subscription-based streaming service, continues to navigate a dynamic market environment. Major institutional investment activity has recently characterized the holdings in Netflix, Inc. NFLX, with several funds significantly increasing their stakes in the streaming giant during the fourth quarter. Ballard Inc. notably boosted its position by 895.1%, resulting in a reported stock holding worth $23.26 million as of the latest SEC filing. Other institutional players have also made substantial moves. First Financial Corp. IN grew its holdings by 900%, while Nuzo Private Wealth Inc. increased its stake by 885.2%. Turning Point Benefit Group Inc. saw an even more dramatic growth of 13,400% in its Netflix ownership. Dimension Wealth LLC also added a new position in the third quarter. Collectively, institutional investors and hedge funds currently control 80.93% of Netflix's stock. Equities research analysts continue to provide varied perspectives on the stock. Ratings have been mixed, with Royal Bank of Canada maintaining a hold rating, Needham & Company LLC issuing a buy rating, Erste Group Bank downgrading from buy to hold, and Morgan Stanley maintaining an overweight rating. Pivotal Research set a $96 price target and issued a hold rating. Overall analyst sentiment shows 34 buy ratings, 15 hold ratings, and 2 strong buy ratings, with channel YouTube averaging a moderate buy rating and a price target of $114.82. In corporate news, Netflix recently reported strong earnings on April 16th, posting a $1.23 EPS, surpassing consensus estimates of 76 cents. Revenue reached $12.25 billion, up 16.2% year-over-year, with a net margin of 28.52%. The company has set its Q2 2026 guidance at 0.780 EPS, with analysts predicting $3.60 EPS for the current year. In insider trading, Director Reed Hastings sold a significant portion of his shares on April 1st, reducing his direct ownership to 3,940 shares. Separately, insider David A. Hyman sold 5,722 shares on May 5th to cover tax withholding obligations, resulting in a decrease in his direct holdings. Corporate insiders collectively own 1.37% of the company's stock. Trading data shows that NFLX stock opened at $85.45 on Tuesday, trading within a one-year range of $75.01 to $134.12. Key metrics include a market capitalization of $359.81 billion and a PE ratio of 27.6. Netflix remains a global entertainment leader, operating through its on-demand streaming service, which has evolved from a DVD rental service to a comprehensive content production and distribution ecosystem.